Hi, my name is ZaKaiRan, and welcome to another one of my outrageously amazing, insanely enlightening master keys of creation about how to be the unlimited source master of divine creation that you truly are to create the joy, love, well-being, and abundance you desire. You'll find tons more self-empowering goodies to help you become a conscious, deliberate creator of reality on my website at ZaKaiRan.com. So here we go. Easy love, my favorite kind of love. So, love is supposed to be an easy, ecstatic, beautiful thing. But humans typically complicate the shit out of this very basically wonderful, ecstatic, delicious thing because most humans do not know what love really is. They are taught a bastardized version of love that isn't remotely the truth and is a far cry from the love that we all not only want, but the love that we all truly are. In other words, we don't necessarily need to get love because we already are love. So to begin, the love that people want from each other is something we all truly are. It is something we all have in infinite quantities, as well as the ability to receive in infinite quantities from who we all truly are as source, and from all higher dimensional beings, and all that is needed to do to receive that infinite and unconditional love is to just receive it. You don't have to prove your worth to receive it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to believe anything. Just allow it and receive it. This love is, of course, pure, 100% unconditional love. I emphasize unconditional love, where there are no conditions attached, where you are loved no matter what. No matter what you do, no matter what you think, no matter what you believe, no conditions attached. In other words, I will love you even if you decide to become a genocidal maniac and kill 10 million people. That's the kind of love we all truly are and have as source. Or to use old school terminology, that's the love that God, who we all truly are, has. Whereas typical human love and the so-called God and gods that humans have invented, their love is conditional love. In other words, I will only love you if you meet these certain standards and conditions and rules and regulations that make me happy. Otherwise, not only will I no longer love you, I will reject you, disapprove of you, and punish you emotionally and physically for not meeting my conditions. This is, of course, the classic old-style conditional, parental, as well as intimate partner love that gets extended to, everyone on planet Earth. Our sexual partners, our friends, our work relationships, our business relationships, and society in general. Most people are conditional lovers who give their power of their happiness away to others. In other words, act certain pleasing ways so that I can be happy. If you don't act in those pleasing ways, I will judge you, condemn you, incarcerate you, reject you, withdraw my love and approval from you, abuse you, turn others against you, and possibly kill you. And people are very happy to agree and even disagree on what those commandments / laws and general societally approved rules and regulations are that decide who we will judge and who we will, despise, and of course who we will love. And people justify this very unholy, judgmental behavior because they believe that that is how their, quote, God is. That God is a judgmental, controlling overlord who obviously is insecure and in serious need of therapy, who we need to keep very happy, otherwise we will be in the shit. But everyone totally missed the point as to why Jesus came to planet Earth, and that was not to save our sorry asses, because our sorry asses don't need saving, but to tell us all that God is unconditional in nature, not an insecure, jealous, wrathful, judging, punishing overlord who seriously needs therapy, as portrayed in the Old Testament Bible. The Old Testament God is a total dickhead, and the New Testament God is unconditional love. He, she, it, all that is unconditional, not conditional in nature, which is the exact same as who we all truly are. We, as humans, we're very conditional in nature, but who and what we all truly are as source, as God's source, is unconditional in nature. We are pure love, no conditions attached. Yet people still erroneously believe in heaven and hell, and if they don't play their cards right and believe the right beliefs and worship the right being and live the right way, well, they're going straight to hell for all eternity, which of course could not be farther from the truth. First of all, there is no hell and there is no punishment. But anyway, aside from that, there is no such thing as a judgmental God. And what you really want in your relationships is the same unconditional love that source is, and who we all truly are is, because we are that source. You may think that you want a lover and a partner who will agree with you and do everything you want to do and meet your conditions that you believe will make you happy, but imposing conditions upon others to receive your love is enslaving them, not loving them. It's emotional blackmail, plain and simply. Basically, it's just not love at all. It's not even remotely. We call it love, but it's not love. Conditional love is not love. Love that has got all kinds of attachments to it and agreements associated with it is not love. It's a deal. It's an agreement. It's a contract to act in certain ways to keep each other happy. It's not love at all. It's just a deal to make each other happy because it's dependent upon conditions. True love is independent of conditions. God's love, Source's love, whatever you want to call it, is independent of conditions, not reliant upon conditions. Source love, that we all truly are, is 100% unconditional in nature. Conditional love is controlled love. It is emotional manipulation. Emotionally manipulate others, emotionally manipulate yourself to keep each other happy. It's extortion, plain and simply. It's not love. Conditional love is coercion, enforced by emotional blackmail. Withdrawing love because someone doesn't do what you want them to do is coercion. It's no different than breaking someone's kneecaps when they don't pay back the money that they owe you. You're just breaking their emotional kneecaps, usually, not their physical kneecaps. Yet people don't see it that way, because generally there's no physical violence, I say generally, when conditional love goes wrong. Because generally we're just casually judgmental about all of the behavior that we agree deserves our judgment. Generally we agree that it is each one of our jobs to consider each other's feelings as well as desires and try to be nice and not hurt each other and not cheat on our lovers and not do things that will make our lovers unhappy, etc. But as we all know, trying to keep everyone else happy is a full-time job. And everyone has different desires and demands and dreams, and as well as rules and regulations that we're all supposed to follow to keep them happy. of course, they're changing those rules every day. And, of course, we have rules and regulations that we require others to follow to keep us happy. And these rules and regulations keep changing and differ depending on the groups you associate with, the religions you're in, and the culture you're in, etc. And that culture and religion's beliefs. The point is, people are looking for the right people and the right religion and the right political party, etc., so that they can decide what is the right way to think, to believe, and to act, to keep some sort of judgmental God happy and to keep judgmental humans happy. But I have good news and bad news for you. The good news is, which should potentially provide relief from the unlimited stress associated with conditional love in society, is that there is no right way. And the bad news is that news, that there is no right way, shatters everyone's religious and political and relationship beliefs that they have worked so hard to create and maintain and believe in, etc. And that means all of your fussing and fighting, trying to prove that you know the right way and prove that you're superior because you know the right way and everyone else is inferior plebs, was all a complete waste of time. And all of those idiotic religious rules and regulations and statutory rules and regulations did nothing but hold people in fear-based patterns and keep people from experiencing what they really want, which is unconditional love. I mean, why do you think people still proclaim vows and sign marriage contracts? Because marriage and relationship in general is based on a lie and an impossible task. The agreement is to try and keep each other happy, which is an impossible task because you cannot impose happiness upon another. There's no such thing as assertion. This is a attraction-based universe, not an assertion-based universe. And you can't feel for another person and you can't think for another person. So you can't impose goodness and joy or badness upon another. It is every single soul's own job to make themselves happy. And the classic vows of loving someone in sickness and in health, or richer or poorer, etc., sounds like it's intimating at unconditional love. But there's a big problem here because those vows are talking about external conditions. But unconditional love has nothing to do with conditions. For instance, I vow to love you even if we are poor and you are sick as a dog and on your deathbed. Well, it's not easy loving anything or anyone when you're poor and stressed out and depressed. Or using the classic example, it's not easy loving your partner when they are in love with someone else and hopping into their bed and neglecting yours. You see, unconditional love is not the ability to love unlovable things and unlovable people and unlovable situations. Unconditional love is the ability to stay in alignment with the unconditional love that you truly are, regardless of physical conditions or emotional conditions. In other words, if you're poor and dying after screwing my best friend, I'm still centered in love because I'm not looking at the physical conditions of being poor and you dying and cheating on me. I'm happy because I'm not even looking at those conditions. I'm not looking at any negative, unwanted conditions. I'm only looking at positive things that I want and that make me feel joy and make me feel good. I'm happy because I know that I am pure love and joy and infinite abundance and infinite power, and so are you. I'm happy because I know that you are pure, unlimited, infinite, immortal source that cannot die. And so am I. I'm happy because I know that we are all love and we all love each other equally and unconditionally regardless of our actions and our beliefs, etc. And so anything that you supposedly have done that society says deserves my judgment and their judgment and condemnation, well, I won't even see that. And I certainly won't focus on it, even if I do casually see it. I will only see your divinity. I will focus 100% on your divinity and love, regardless of your actions. That's what unconditional love is. It's not the ability to love the psycho killer. It's the ability to only see the love and joy within that so-called psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Fa. Better. Run away. Well, you don't have to run away because you're not even seeing the psycho killer as a psycho killer. Unconditional love is the ability to see and know who and what we all truly are, and what we all truly are as source, and to know what we all truly want, which is pure joy, ecstasy, and love. Always. People only do bad things because they want to feel better than the depressed way they feel from whatever face of human suffering that they're suffering from, such as feeling helpless or powerless or unworthy or not good enough, etc. That is all. That's the only reason people do bad things. They're just trying to feel better than the depressed feelings they're feeling. Not because they are somehow evil, or born evil. No one is born evil. No one's born bad. Nobody's born sinful. Even though being the devil's spawn makes great horror movies, nevertheless, even Damien was actually born divine, just like everyone else. Every genocidal maniac, psycho killer, sexual rapist, gangster, criminal, etc., we're all born pure, 100% unconditional love. They were all born source. And they just got lost along the way. Society guided them away from their divinity, and they bought the lie. No more, no less. No one's born bad, evil, faulty, or sinful in any way. So, where the Christians came up with the insane, bogus idea of original sin is an absolute mystery to me, because again, that could not be farther from the truth. We are all born as the pure essence of unconditional love, as pure God, source, all that is in human bodies. Then humanity teaches us otherwise. We are born unlimited creators with the full power and freedom to create absolutely anything we want without having to prove anything to get it. But then we are taught by society that everyone and everything, including ourselves, are limited. And we need this and that, and we have to prove this and that to get what we want. We were born as unconditional lovers. Then our parents teach us conditional love. Mainly that it is our job to make them happy by doing things that they approve of and not doing things that they disapprove of. Then that pattern is passed on to everyone, including friends and lovers, etc. And then that parental pattern is the so-called love that society works and lives under. And the basics of that love are: you, meaning everyone, need to act in pleasing ways to keep me happy. That's the general contract that we sort of project out to society. It's your job to act in pleasing ways so that I'll be happy. And I will in turn act in pleasing ways to try to keep you happy. Within reason, of course. And it should be pretty obvious by now that this supposedly agreed upon love pattern doesn't work, because there are so many people that are not adhering to the social contract because they want to feel free. They don't want to feel enslaved by us. They're doing things that are not only not pleasing to us, but not pleasing to pretty much anybody. And that's perfectly okay. It's not their job to do things to please us, contrary to what society believes. It seems that everyone believes that they can just do whatever they want. I can't believe it. People just think they can do whatever they want and not consider my feelings at all. What is the deal with that? And that is exactly how it should be. No one should have to consider my feelings whatsoever, because it's impossible to consider my feelings. They don't even know what my feelings are. I mean, don't they know the rules? The rules are, keep me happy above all things and all others. I am the master of the universe, and everyone is under my control, or should be under my control. Don't they understand it's their job to keep me happy? Okay, granted, it's pretty obvious that I don't have any control over society in general, as much as I want to control the entire planet and be the master of the universe. But it really just seems pretty obvious that I don't have any control over anything. And all the laws and police and military and wars don't seem to be working. Things don't seem to be getting better at all. It's just like, one war after another. One drama after another. People are still doing things that we disapprove of. We keep building more and more prisons to hold all of the criminals that just don't understand that it's their job to act in pleasing ways to keep us all happy. I mean, what a conundrum we are in. What to do? Okay, I'll just casually bitch and moan about society and politicians and their general inability to do their job to control those upstarts, ruffians, and criminals so that I can be happy. Because, I mean, no matter who I vote for, it all seems like a losing battle. Okay, well, I'll just forget about society in general then. Fuck it, there's no point. And I'll just focus on my immediate friends and family and just try to control what they're doing. Since I don't have any control over the rest of society, maybe I've got a little bit of control over my intimate friends and family. So what's the best way to control them? To make sure that they all act in pleasing ways to keep me happy? Well, the classic emotionally judge and withdraw love as punishment scenario is always pretty effective. At least with the kids anyway. It's a little bit effective, but I mean, they just seem to be building up more and more resentment and defiance because they want to make their own choices and decisions. I mean, don't those children understand that they are my property and I am their master? Bloody ingrates. I mean, I gave them life for Christ's sake. So they owe it to me to make me happy above their own happiness, don't they? I mean, that's the classic guilt mother, isn't it? I gave you life. You owe it to me. But the spouse, well, it's another kettle of fish, isn't it? She thinks she's right all the time, and if I don't follow along with what the warden says, well, I'm in solitary confinement for at least a week. And me trying to prove I'm right, well, that's a losing battle, isn't it? Because, hey, she's a much better lawyer than me. She's got files and files of damning evidence against me from all the times I've selfishly just thought about my own happiness and didn't consider hers. What was I thinking? If I would have known that from the very start I couldn't make one single decision about my own life anymore without asking the warden, well, I'd have said I don't rather than I do. But that's nobody's fault but my own, isn't it? I mean, the signs were obvious by how my parents lived and how it seemed that every relationship functioned on planet Earth in a very dysfunctional way. In classic soap opera form, fighting about this and fighting about that, trying to control each other to be happy. I mean, the old lived happily ever after just seems to be in the Disney movies and the fairy tales, but not remotely like real life. But yet, some lovers seem to be happy. And from what I can gather, their secret seems to be that they keep their noses out of each other's businesses, out of each other's lives, and let each other live their own lives apart from the relationship. Oh, God forbid. Or at least they finally surrendered to that, to letting their partner have their own beliefs and feelings and thoughts, etc., independently from them. When they hit retirement age, and because they were just sick and tired of fighting over inconsequential crap, and were tired of playing the judgment game and the withdrawing of love game and the withdrawing of sex game, and tired of trying to control each other to ensure their happiness. And it seems like they decided to be happy regardless of what their spouse is doing or not doing. Maybe they're onto something. I mean, how many years can you keep up the fight before you say, fuck it, I've had enough of war? I've had enough of this War of the Roses. There's been enough bloodshed. There's been enough emotional bullets and bombs shot at each other. I no longer get a kick out of pridefully being right and trying to control my lover and other people with my misguided judgments and my supposed justice. I mean, it was fun being the queen or the king of my realm for a while, but all of my servants are revolting against me. And my courts, well, they're all stabbing me in my back. What the fuck? So, maybe, so that they don't finally break out the guillotine and sever my head from my body and then Dexter my body, feed me to the fishes, well, maybe I could let everyone out of prison. Maybe I could stop being the prison warden and the slave master and stop whipping people so that I can be happy. And just let them do whatever the fuck they want so that they can be happy. And maybe I'll just focus on me being happy. Maybe I could stop blackmailing everyone emotionally and coercing people, or trying to coerce people into doing things that they don't want to do to make me happy. Maybe I'm onto something here. I mean, that sounds nice. It sounds like relief. Like I can finally take a vacation from trying to control the entire world. Wow. What a nice relief that sounds like. But what about my lover? What about my partner? What about my wife? What about my husband? What's my new plan of attack there? Oh shit. Fuck. Bad choice of words. Bad choice of words. Sorry, forgot I was giving up the fight. I was giving up war. Okay, so what's my best chance of peace? How can I create non-stop ease and fun where every day is a carnival, not a Mexican soap opera? I tried unconditional surrender by saying yes, dear, to everything. But now that I no longer fight, well, honey thinks I'm a wimp. I can't win here, even when I surrender. Okay, so it seems like a losing battle to please my lover. So what's the point of even trying? I mean, it just feels like I'm beaten to hell here. I've got no power left because I have completely disregarded my own happiness. And it is obviously impossible to actually please another person anyway because, well, their desires change every minute. So I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. And I can't feel for them. I can't create for them. Because there's no such thing as assertion. Okay, I understand that. So, fuck it. Fuck everyone. I'm pleasing myself. I'm the only person that I can please. It's clear to me now that I have no control over the happiness of others. I've tried and tried to keep everyone else happy at the expense of my own happiness, which has been no fun at all. But what about me? What about me? I think it's about time for my own happiness. It's about time for me to think about me for a change, and my own joy, and my own happiness, and my own prosperity, and my own fun. Especially since it seems like I'm the only one and the only thing that I have any control over. So, what's the point of trying to take care of everyone else that I can't take care of? My thoughts and therefore my emotions are the only thing that I have any control over. I've tried controlling other people's thoughts and emotions with my actions, but I'm just exhausted from trying to do that absolutely futile task. That impossible task. I guess I'll just have to follow the spiritual advice of the Borg and realize the truth that resistance is futile. I'm done with resistance. I'm done with the fight. I'm done with the war. I'm done fighting to be right. Anyway, there obviously is no such thing as right. Obviously. If there was, well, then certainly after 10,000 plus years, we would have finally reached some sort of agreement as to what is the right way. But we're not any closer to an agreement of the right way to think, believe, and act than we were 1,000 years ago. We're still in the Spanish Inquisition, and nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition. Except the witches are drug dealers and religious zealots and corrupt bankers and corporations and politicians and loggers and environmental destroyers and miners and etc. And nothing I think, say, or do is going to change the behavior of others so that I can be happy. So like Cartman said, screw you guys, I'm going home. Screw you all, I don't give a flying fuck what you do. I'm going to be happy regardless. Anyway, I've got really nothing to complain about. I mean, there's no bombs falling on my head. I don't have a warehouse full of helmets to send to the Middle East and to the Ukraine, and I'm fresh out of bulletproof vests to give to the entire population. And I just don't have the energy anymore to vote in aggressive, judgmental ways to try and keep the bad guys away. Which doesn't seem to work anyway. None of my bitching and moaning about society and religions and politics, etc., does anything except make me feel bad. So, what's the point? Screw you guys, I'm going home. I mean, I surrender. I surrender. I'm waving the right white flag. But I'm not surrendering to somehow, letting myself get ran over by the tanks. I surrender instead to joy. I surrender to having fun, regardless of what dramas are going on in the world. Friends, lovers, kids, parents, siblings, co-workers, bosses, society, government, I give up on it all. I'm through trying to control society with my judgment, which is no fun to do and never feels good to do. I'm out of the game. That's it. I'm out of the game. I'm out. I'm dropping out. I'm tuning in and I'm turning on, baby. I'm dropping out of the futile game of control and I'm tuning in to who and what I truly am as pure unconditional love, joy, well-being, and infinite abundance. That's me, baby. And I'm turning on to joy. I'm turning on to fun. From now on, my mantra is more fun and better fun. More love and better love. My mantra is more well-being and better well-being. It's more abundance and better abundance. And more fun 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 and more fun. Because I know that that's my purpose in life, to have fun. I didn't come here to suffer and prove my worthiness. I came here for the fun of creation. I came here for the fun of turning thoughts and desires into fun physical things to play with. So screw you guys, I'm going home. I'm going home to who and what I truly am as source. I'm going home to who and what I truly am as infinite, unlimited, unconditional love, joy, well-being, and abundance, baby. And if a bit of that love, joy, well-being, and abundance happens to rub off on other people or you and brings you a bit of happiness, well then great. Bonus. But that's not, my main focus because, again, I don't have any control over you. Your happiness is on you and has nothing to do with me. Because you are 100% in charge of your own happiness, not me. I only have control over my happiness and my abundance and my joy and my fun. So, parents, siblings, lovers, friends, kids, etc., you're all on your own. Politicians, you're all on your own. I quit. I'm no longer your master, and I'm no longer your slave. Everyone gets a get out of jail free card. Everyone gets out of prison. Now, that doesn't mean I no longer care about you or that I no longer love you. That's not what I mean. It means I actually love you more and even deeper and infinitely because I love you without conditions. I love you unconditionally. No matter what you do, I'm going to love you. Forget my birthday. I don't care. I'm happy regardless. Step on my blue suede shoes. All right, I'll be a little bit pissed off. I understand that one fully. But I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to focus on how awesome you are, not how much of a klutz you are. Forget our anniversary, honey. I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck. I love you anyway. Become a gangster. Embezzle money. Hold up a bank. Join a cult. Become a jihadist. Become a Nazi. I don't care. Because I'm happy regardless of what you or anyone else does. I'm not focusing on what you do. I'm focusing on who and what you truly are as source. You're off my hook. Do what you want. The purpose of your life is joy, and the basis of your life is freedom. So you're free to do whatever the heck you want without judgment. My nose is now on my own business where it should be. And it's not on yours. I'm getting my nose out of your ass. And that feels like such a relief. I mean, doesn't it? Doesn't that feel like such a relief to you? It feels like my life can now be one long holiday where I just selfishly, divinely selfishly, think about my own pleasure and no one else's. Whew, what a relief. Yay! That sounds like so much fun. Again, what a relief. What a relief. But the good thing is, you get to have as much fun as you like without my interference now, because I'm not trying to control you so that I can be happy. I'm now going to let you be as happy as you want without my interference. You no longer have to act in any certain ways to make me happy. You get a get out of jail free card. I'm releasing the shackles, baby. The whips are getting burned. Just make yourself happy. I don't want you to give a flying fuck about me. I am immaterial to you. And even when you're not happy, well, I'm still going to be happy. Because I'm focused on my own happiness, first of all, and foremost. I'm focused on feeling good, first and foremost, regardless of what you're doing. But I'm also focused on you being happy too. Whoa, how about that? But I'm just not going to do anything to make that happen. That's your job. All I'm going to do is focus on you being happy, enjoying the delight of you being happy. Even if you are Mr. or Mrs. Sad Sack, your dog got ran over, your boyfriend left, for your screwing your best friend, everybody's died, bombs are falling on your head. Well, I'm not going to see any of that. I'm just going to see your awesome divinity. I'm not going to focus on your unhappiness. I'm going to focus on the happiness that you desire and the happiness you already are, technically, in vibrational reality. I'm going to focus on the happiness you are vibrationally that was inspired and created by your own source self from the contrast of your unhappiness, from focusing on things you don't like and don't want. I'm going to do that because my happiness is the most important thing, and it feels good to focus on your happiness. And it feels bad to focus on your unhappiness. So I'm going to focus on your joy, not your sadness. Even if you don't physically have that joy yet. But that doesn't matter to me because I only see what I want to see. I only see what makes me feel good, not what is. I only focus on what feels good, even if that is something that most people would call unreal, fantasy, an illusion, dreaming. I mean, I don't care what is supposedly real or not. All I care about is what feels good and what does not. And then, of course, using that as my GPS to know what direction to go with my thinking and actions. And that's how the universe works. That's how the universe thinks. The universe does not care what physically exists right now or not. It doesn't differentiate between what you want and what you've already got. So, family, friends, lovers, and humanity, I love you all. unconditionally. And I'm going to do my best to see you all as happy and thriving, whether that's physically true or not, whether that is physically manifested or not, because that feels good. And I will do my best to suspend all judgment, because nothing feels worse than judgment. Absolutely nothing. And instead, I'm going to get my nose out of everyone's earth business and just focus on their spiritual business, which is all of our infinite joy, love, well-being, and abundance. Yeehaw! Again, doesn't that feel like massive relief? Huge weight is now off my shoulders. So listen to that again and again, and use it as like an affirmation, because that's what it really was. All of that was a big rampage, an affirmation rampage, a freedom affirmation rampage, to give yourself relief, to just focus on you and your own happiness, which is all you have any control over. So I hope you have enjoyed my vodcast, Easy Love, and it helps you to get to your master goal, or rather, to your natural state of unconditional love, so that you can have an absolutely amazing, joyful, ecstatic, fun life every single day and every single hour and every single minute of your life. And all of your relationships are absolutely amazing. I wish that for you. That's what I enjoy seeing. Whether you've actually got it or not, I'm going to enjoy seeing that. I wish all of your relationships to be amazing, because your focus is primarily on the most important relationship in your life, which is your relationship with your own source. Because nothing feels better than being in alignment with who you truly are as source. And when you are in alignment with your own source, then all of your relationships get into alignment. And source is the reason we love relationships in general anyway. Because having someone to focus our love and appreciation upon connects us to our own source. Source is the reason we love anything that brings us joy. Because anytime we are happy and focused on anything in a positive way, we feel our own source self. We feel our own God source self, because that's how our own God source self focuses, always in positive directions. And conditional love is just the process of using another person, thing, or creature, or situation, etc., that we like and love as our excuse to connect to our own source. That's what conditional love is. You're using some other thing that helps you feel good. And because you're focused on feeling good, you feel you're a connection to your own source. And that's why it hurts so much when the lover leaves us, or our dog dies, or we lose anything that brings us joy, because when we focus on the absence of that joy, that absence of that thing that supposedly brought us joy, well, we feel terrible, because we are essentially disconnecting ourselves from our own source by focusing on lack and unwanted things. You don't feel sad because your lover left, or your dog died, or your parents died, or whatever. You feel bad because you've now disconnected yourself from your own source by thinking about their absence rather than their abundance. Conditional love is using external people, things, creatures, and situations to connect us to source. Whereas unconditional love uses nothing in the external world to connect us to source, which is how it should be, which is how mastery is, enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. Enlightenment is living in a state of unconditional love where you do not use external conditions to make you happy. You are happy. You create happiness. You connect to your own joy to attract happy things. So stop using external things and situations and people and creatures as your excuse to connect you to your own source, and just cut out the middleman and go straight to your source. Go straight to your own essence of joy and love and well-being and abundance. And you do that by making feeling good, by making being happy the most important thing in life. And then thinking, saying, and doing whatever feels good, and backing away from anything that doesn't feel good. Thinking, believing in unconditional ways rather than conditional ways. So, hope you enjoyed this podcast. How could you not? It was freaking amazing. Please share with your friends. Bless them with these amazing teachings to help them become unconditional lovers. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and my podcast channel, The Master Keys of Creation. Come visit me at ZaKaiRan.com for tons more self-empowering goodies to help you become a conscious, deliberate creator of reality to literally make all your dreams come true. My name is ZaKaiRan, Shihan, and I'm here to help you remember that you are an unlimited master of divine creation, and you have the power and the freedom to create the joy, love, well-being, and abundance you desire. Thanks again for watching my video or listening to this podcast, and I wish you immense joy and abundance on your magnificent journey of divine creation. And of course, remember to make life a holiday. Woohoo!